Hello everybody, and if you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are returning and saw the previous video, the introduction to the College Football 25 opening, welcome back. I'm so happy to say that today we are going to be starting the primary series on this channel, the Coach Dude Dynasty. We're going to follow Coach Dude throughout his collegiate football career. But before we get into it, let's go ahead, review our settings we're using. We're going to be on Heisman mode. Yikes. Of course, we're going to keep this as realistic as possible, so we're going to leave Coach Firing on. And then for Coach XP speed setting, I did hear not the expert. I think it was not the expert say that slower is more realistic, but we're going to keep it on normal. We're going to keep injury and wear and tear on as well as 6-minute quarters with the accelerated clock on and our minimum play clock time at 15 seconds. Plenty of time for audibles. And then if you are an individual that has auto recruiting on, you are missing out on half the fun. That is half the fun. But hey, to each their own. Those are our settings. We're going to keep auto recruiting off. And we're not going to mess with custom conferences. They're fine. You know, if we need to adjust them later, that's fine. But let's go ahead. Let's get into our team now. We're going to go straight into the 1-stars. It's going to be fun to start from a small program like New Mexico State, Northern Illinois, the Ohio Bobcats, Old Dominion, Temple, South Alabama, Sam Houston, Rice, Texas State, Toledo, UConn, UL Monroe, the UTEP Miners, South Florida, Las Vegas, UMass, UTSA, and Western Michigan. A lot of MAC teams in here, actually. I'm actually surprised, too, of the Roadrunners. They're only a 1.5. That is shocking. 83 overall, 82 offense, 84 defense. Huh. We are going to stick with the Ohio Bobcats for Coach Dude. If you did watch our reaction video on the channel, I graduated from Ohio University, so we're just going to keep it for Coach Dude here. Start at Ohio University as the offensive coordinator. Just makes sense. I feel like that's how real life progression would work. You start as a coordinator. So we're going to go ahead and select Coach Dude's backstory. We have motivator, we have recruiter, and then we have tactician. I think for Coach Dude, we're going to go with motivator. Yeah, we're going to go motivator for Coach Dude. And now we get into customizing Coach Dude. Now, when it comes to offense, Coach Dude proudly admits to being a menu merchant. And I feel like an effective offense for a menu merchant is going to be more of a spread offense. So let's go with Oregon. Kind of like what Bo Nix did there last year with the completion percentage. A lot of completed passes. We're going to try and do the same-ish with our own Coach Dude twist. And to make things consistent, let's go ahead for Coach Dude's alma mater, choose the Ohio Bobcats. Graduated from there, coming back to coach now, down in Athens, Ohio. And of course, the Pipeline State going to be Ohio as well. Now, adaptive AI, we're going to leave it unbalanced, and we'll just see if we need to adjust it. No huddle's fine. Now, being a menu merchant, a proud, admitted menu merchant, you got to have an aggressive offense. We're going to turn that up. Then we're going to get into the actual customization. Super excited about this part. When you saw a lot of other College Football 25 creators play a little bit early, you got to show a little bit of the customization, at least with like all the face scans and everything, which I thought was really unique. I think this is a really, really sick part of College Football 25. Dynasty mode is all customization that you do have available. So shout outs to EA. Did a great job. I mean, look, we're 23 heads in right now, and we're barely down on our slider on the right there. So a lot of faces to choose from here. You know, Coach Dude just seems macho, very, very dude-like. So we're just gonna look for something that just screams dude. So let's see. Nothing jumping out up here. Oh, wait a minute. I think I see it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is Coach Dude. Yes. This is Coach Dude. We're going with Coach Head, number 77 for this one. Yeah, that's a good Coach Dude. We're going to make him a little bit taller. We're going to go 6'3" and then do 23-ish. Yeah, sure. Let's go. Yeah, 223 is fine. All right. Oh, now with what he wears. I mean, we're in the Midwest here in Athens, Ohio. We got to go with the sweater more than anything else. Weather up here is unpredictable in the later months of the year, so you always got to be prepared. And there's Coach D. And we're going to see that the Ohio Bobcats have quite a history over the past 20 years of football. A lot of peaks and valleys here. A lot of above 500 seasons. And even, 5 bowl games in the last 7 years, including 2 appearances in a row. Coach Dude going to try and make it 3 in a row this year. Sign his name on the dotted line. And let's go ahead, get into Coach Dude Dynasty. Before we set up any recruiting board or we scout any prospects, any high school or JUCO prospects, or upgrade any coach skills, we're just going to go ahead. We're going to meet the team. We're going to meet the team led by senior quarterback Parker Navarro from Tempe, Arizona. What made this program so attractive to Coach Dude is this versatility in the quarterback room at Ohio University. Parker Navarro's got a killer arm, can keep his eyes down the field and throw into those tight windows that can move the ball down the field. Super important in a spread offense to open up the middle of the field, the seams later on, and then if you can't really throw down the field, not really moving the ball down the field deep too well, get those underneath passes, those screens from running backs, from wide receivers, some touch passes. So it's going to be exciting. Going to start the year off with the senior quarterback, Parker Navarro. Very exciting time. Not only can he throw the ball, he can also run the ball. Got a little bit of mobility. It's keeping those eyes down the field that really leads to some of these runs that sometimes you got to do. Now, Parker Navarro is backed up by the sophomore international student, Callum Wither. And Callum Wither and Parker Navarro are of similar builds, which once again makes this Ohio Bobcats quarterback room very excited to work with and develop. Coach Dude really looking forward to developing these young players. Parker Navarro is the established starter, but we have no idea what the future holds. Callum Wither, like we established, very similar skill set. Parker Navarro could see some playing time. It really depends. Now, with this quarterback room, we do have to introduce our other offensive weapons here on the Bobcats, starting with our backfield, the true freshman, Ricky Hunt Jr. Very versatile back, very young back, very developable from a coaching perspective. So it's going to be exciting to work with the true freshman. Going to be doing a lot for the Bobcats. Coach Dude's style of offense promotes a lot of activity from the backfield. So going to be involved in the passing game and in the rushing game. We'll see if potentially can't move the ball down the field. You can catch the passes. So going to be relying a lot on the true freshman Ricky Hunt Jr. Going to be exciting to develop. Like we said, can both run the ball, catch the ball. Very versatile back. And we have him for hopefully 4 years. Hopefully Ricky decides to stay with us in Athens. Now, behind Ricky, we do have Nolan McCormick. As we said, for Ricky Hunt Jr., the backfield's going to be involved a lot in this Coach Dude offense. Nolan McCormick is going to get some looks, whether it be for short passes, whether it be for some wheel routes, more of that receiving archetype, so may get more involved than Ricky Hunt Jr. Only time will tell down the season. Coach Dude is aware that you got to spread the ball around. Got to make sure everyone's not getting hit all the time. So now our fullback duties are actually going to go to the backup tight end, Jake Bruno. Jake Bruno, a bigger guy, so putting him in the backfield, that's where he has the route running to shine, where he's a bigger athlete, stronger athlete, can block if needed in the backfield. Going to be exciting to utilize Jake Bruno as a weapon in the receiving game, and maybe even in the run game as a tight end. And speaking of the receiving game, we have leading our receivers in this Bobcats wide receiver room is the senior Eamon Dennis. Eamon Dennis is going to play an integral part in this spread offense. Going to be a quick receiver, hopefully fast enough to get around some of these corners. And if not, the deep route, be open underneath if we need a quick pass for a fast receiver who gets open, takes it down the field, potentially for a big gain. So Eamon Dennis going to be the leader of this wide receiving core in Athens. But he's going to be joined by the sophomore Chase Hendricks. We got a lot of young talent here in the wide receiver room. Chase Hendricks is going to lead that off. You know, the sophomore, very talented. Also going to play an integral role in the spread offense. If we do have a situation where Eamon Dennis might be getting double covered, Chase Hendricks being that second option is really going to elevate this Ohio Bobcat offense. Hopefully the Coach Dude offense, like we said, the young sophomore, got a lot to develop, got a lot to prove. But we have our wide receiver 3, another sophomore, Ian Pugh. Another very young, talented wide receiver here in the wide receiver room. Coach Dude going to be looking forward to developing this young talent. And with this wide receiver 3 role with Ian Pugh, being a sophomore could potentially serve as a double duty with Chase Hendricks. They kind of swap out the same role in the offense. Trying to get a feel in these younger years how these wide receivers work. And then when they are eventually the upperclassmen, they are as dominant as route runners, physical receivers as they can be. Now we kind of have the Swiss Army knife Rodney Harris II. Another young, talented wide receiver in this wide receiving core. Another sophomore. The wide receiver 4 option right now, but kind of that Swiss Army knife, could see some backfield work as well. Kind of think a Debo Samuel-esque role for Rodney. So it's going to be, as we've talked about, spread the ball around a lot, even to our big fella, the starting tight end, Mason Williams. Mason being a physical athlete, going to be really, really threatening in the red zone, especially if lined up with a linebacker. Could potentially have the speed on him, the size on him. Going to be used, as we said, a red zone threat, but can catch passes down the field as well, so you can't discredit the big man. And then we have our special teams who can contribute to our offensive points. Our kicker, Jake Lewis. Jake Lewis got a little bit of a leg, maxing out around the 56-yard range in good conditions, but also has a speed for some trick plays, so it's going to be exciting to work him into the Bobcat offense. Well, there you have it. That is going to be Coach Dude and his Ohio Bobcats offensive key contributors. Going to be an exciting time in Athens, Ohio this season. So stick around to the channel, follow along, subscribe if you want to, and follow Coach Dude in his collegiate football coaching career. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.